think I'm live, but I don't know. One, because I'm only on my phone and I only have one phone, but also because I'm, kind of on the drugs. Let me see. Oh, I am, okay. Cool. I'm live. Hey everybody, it's me. I'm here. I'm in the hospital, have been for a long time, which is why I haven't done any videos or got anything out. Very sorry. I can't do a giveaway right now because I'm just on my phone. All I have is my phone. And it was rough getting a charger for that. But hopefully I'll get out of here soon. Thought I had COVID, but I didn't. I had really bad food poisoning, which took like 5 days to find out. So just had to kind of deal with that for a while. But I'll be home soon. Also, the Irishman from KISS has been super busy, so we haven't been able to get something out there. But we're going to update everyone on our trading that's going on with our the copy trading on Prime XBT. So we'll give you an update on that. It's been going pretty good. Okay, I want to just do a quick kind of catch up for the week. There's a lot of stuff to go over. I can't. Let me see if I can go to here we go. All right. I'm not a robot. Good God, man. Hopefully this goes quick. And here we go. Okay. So I can see the chat now. I have the volume down pretty low, so it shouldn't interfere with anything. I had to write notes out on well, no, I can't, because then you just see my name. Oh well. So I'll just do it this way. Get through the chat. Sorry. I want to go over some things that have been going on in the news, some stuff that not a lot of people are talking about, which, is usually what I do. First off, I want to go over Doge, just kind of my thoughts on it, as everything else is exploding now, whereas, a week or so ago, it was, Doge was all the rage and all the news. Still, just this year, in the past couple months, Doge is up 1,350%. So many things are happening now in this run that the last time, back 2017, stuff that us that were in, the space then, it's things that we like dreamt of, this adoption and people talking about it. People getting into crypto, these big names and so on. Everyone knows about Musk, of course, which I want to go over some stuff Musk did that people know about, but the timing of it and how I think that he's been a huge part of what's been going on when it comes to crypto and to this run. I think he's been a huge part of it. Whether or not it was, strategically, I'm on some drugs. I am. So be patient. Whether or not it was strategically planned, that's, I can't say, but it is obvious that he was a big part of it. The timing of it is really good. Like Snoop Dogg, he changed his name to Snoop Doge. The Gene Simmons thing was amazing for me because I love KISS, I love Gene Simmons, and he changed his name to God of Doge. He's God of Thunder. But one of the Jonas Brothers, because I don't really know about them, but there's like, it's like the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s covered there. Those three people, and I want to talk about the Doge in general when it comes to crypto, especially with a lot of like maximalists. They really kind of look down on Doge because it's almost disrespectful. But the maximalists are really I'm starting to get tired of them. The cult mentality and all, it's becoming a bit too much for me. And that's something I wanted to hit on, the cult mentality of maximalism when it comes to Bitcoin. And the anger, the zealotness, whatever it is. Doge is kind of the antithesis of that. It's about, fun, and their community has always been about that. It's a meme coin. But that is what adoption is. It is that's what free markets are. It's what people want, and people want fun. Should fun drive value, like did with GameStop? And also, I mean, but on a serious note, could Doge be taken seriously? Could that technology and that platform be adopted when it comes to like nations? The original answer is, no, of course it would be Bitcoin. Of course it would be. But who decides that? We preach decentralization, and it's like the most important thing. But then when it comes to something like deciding that, then we get all centralized. Like, no, of course it has to be this, or it has to be that, or it has to fit into this box. Where fun or the market should drive that. If people want that to be what is the biggest currency, in their country, or whatever it wants to be based on that, then the market should decide that, and people should decide that. So often, especially with the pandemic and all of the bailouts we've seen, that there really isn't much of a free market left. Right now, there should be one major airline in the United States. That's it. There should be one. The airline industry should have collapsed, but there was one that was been fine. That was okay. The Southwest Airlines. And the reason for that is all through the past few years, there's not a bunch of videos of them, beating passengers and kicking them off, overbooking, and then, ripping people from their seats that paid for their seat. It's the airline's fault for overbooking, but they've treated their customers like crap. Is my point. Like American Airlines, and it's tough to do. It's just tough to do these drunk when I'm with Kip, but doing this alone, on drugs is rough. Even it's way more rougher. But like American Airlines, United, they should have just went out of business. Yeah, it sucks. It is rough for a time, but then it becomes stronger. They should have went out. They should have lost everything. Southwest should have been able to pick up those planes and pick all this stuff up for a song, because they did things right. They ran their business right. They did what they were supposed to, and they should have been able to reap the rewards of that. All those people who are out of work, they would be hired back, and then the industry would move forward, and a lot of the crap would be cut out. Failed CEOs and failed executives would fail, and they would not get hired back, or they would have to move on or move down. But it didn't happen. They went to the government. They printed up a bunch of money. They devalued, our currency, and they got bailed out. And but they should have died. They're zombie companies. So basically, the market was not allowed to decide, and I think that's something that Doge has really shown us, because everyone says, "Oh, this shouldn't be this," and people shouldn't be this devoted to it, and it's just a meme coin, but it's what people like, it's what people want. So I think, and I'm still looking for Doge to move even higher, because it's also it's easier to understand. It's not threatening. When you start talking about Bitcoin with people, they can get a little standoffish. It's $50,000 almost. It's but when you start talking about the security and all, Doge is just so much easier for people to talk about, or to want to learn about. It's they'll ask you to tell them about Doge when it comes to crypto. And when it comes to, you look at like India or Nigeria and all the problems that they're having. I think those two countries especially are really, really kind of windows into what's coming, which is as much as their central banks are fighting against crypto. Like over the past year or 2 years, especially in India, the constant, just fervent, violent fighting that the RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, has put out for crypto. But also, and you look at the courts and how the courts have decided fairly based on law and for people, and they've decided against the banks. And now when you're looking at like Nigeria, this past week, the Central Bank of Nigeria, what is it? It's like the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria, whatever, CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, yeah, it's CBN. Nigeria's central bank. It's flipped, but they ordered all banks to close accounts of anyone that has been having anything to do with crypto. Now that's a huge deal, especially in Nigeria, because Nigeria is not like other countries. Most countries, it's like 1-2% of the country knows about crypto. Now with the explosion with more in the news, or in the bull market again, that number is higher. Probably say it's 20% know about crypto. But as far as owning crypto and holding crypto, those numbers are still very small. Nigeria, 30% of their population owns cryptocurrency. So it is a whole different ballgame there. So anyway, the Central Bank of Nigeria ordered all the banks to close accounts for anyone that had dealings with cryptocurrency, which really just shines the light on the need for decentralization when it comes to your bank, for you to have sovereignty over your own money, so that people can't do that. No one can control your money. However, once again, when it comes to the courts, it was earlier this year, or the last time the banks did something, there was a real bright light shown on the corruption between like governments and the banking system, where there was like a police brutality thing that blew up online. So I had to write notes in pencil because I only have one phone. I can't show anything. Oops. There we go. I can't like show my screen or anything. So there was this big online movement, and the government had the banks seize control of people that were just using like the hashtag and taking part in protesting about this police brutality. End result, and a quick result, that whole police unit was disbanded. But the courts ruled this week that that was wrong for the banks to have frozen any of those people's assets. They didn't actually do anything wrong. They were just making their opinion known online, and they've been ordered to release those funds and to let people have control back of their money. But once again, that really just shows reasoning for crypto that they shouldn't have been able to do that. Okay, so the last thing I want to go over, which also make sure you comment on this, so you're entered into the giveaway that I'm going to do as soon as I get home. I think me and Lee, the Irishman from Kiss, are going to be doing a show on Tuesday. Which, even if I'm still stuck here, which is a whole nother story. I'm really far away from where I live. I went to the hospital beginning of last week, and I knew, I thought it was either COVID or massive, some food poisoning. And they tested me for COVID. I've been tested for COVID so many times, and it wasn't. But they needed to admit me because they didn't know exactly what it was. I was just a septic, and I said, okay, so we'll go into the hospital, and they said no, they're refusing to admit you. So I thought that was weird. But I live around like 7 hospitals, or right around my area. And I said, okay, I'll go there. No, they won't take you. I'll go to, Scott and White, which is one of the biggest hospitals in the country. I said, no, they won't take you either. So I've now found out that most hospitals won't accept anyone that's not COVID. They won't. They're closed for business unless you're for COVID. So I had to go all the way to Waco. I'm at Baylor, the university hospital here, which is a good few hours, couple hours from my house. And as soon as I got here, we have one of the worst blizzards and worst weather in decades in Texas. We're getting like 6 inches worth of snow tonight. So even getting home is going to be crazy. We've had the biggest car pileups in history, accidents constantly, everything's shut down. It's insane. But anyway, we'll move on to the next thing. Oh, anyway, okay, forget. Jeez, so out of it. Sorry, really. But even if I'm still stuck here, my buddy Lee, he'll be able to like do the giveaway or share screen, stuff like that. So I won't be just stuck here talking on my phone and getting texts that people are trying to comment, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to talk about the Tesla, Elon, and this drive up in price. Now, love you too. You could come see me, Tony, but I'm only allowed one person in a 24-hour period that can come. You can come stay overnight if you want to. They sit on the couch, but just one person. But I'll talk to you later on. So Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of crypto, or worth of Bitcoin. We all know that. That's all been talked about because they had to release they had to file paperwork showing that. The thing is the timing on that. We don't know the exact time, but based on the information in what was filed, we know that it was just after the end of December, around the beginning to mid of, and it was with this small time frame. So it was about the beginning of the run. Now it was right around that time when Bitcoin went from like 28,000 to like 39, 40,000. And it's not clear exactly how they bought it, but it's so much that, I'm sure OTC was used. It was also spread out over different things, many exchanges, different ways trying to get the full amount. It didn't start the run, because then that would be an artificial bull run, because we had already moved, from the 12s and 13, 14 around there, broke through, and we were in the in the high 20s. But that was a huge move very, very quickly. And I think that that because of how it was purchased, how it was spread around, it was so much that's one of the big things that gave us this big move. Which now I don't know if we've touched 50,000, but we're 49, high 49s all day yesterday, and now we're finally getting a retracement. Things are dumping down, but it's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, y'all. Before I came here, I was actually sad because my girlfriend broke up with me. I was going to be spending Valentine's Day alone again, but it's funny how certain things you worry about just go away when you have other things to worry about. So don't worry about stuff in the beginning and focus on what's important, and you'll be better off all around. But I thought that was interesting, and whether or not it was the timing was orchestrated and he had put off till after, put off making the giant purchase until after this next run had started, so he wouldn't be looked at, blamed, praised, whatever description you want to use for having started a bull run, because it was the bull run was in full force, but definitely spurred it on. And now with like I had said, that central banks are really kind of showing their colors. They're not going to play nice. And even though a lot of their interaction, corruption, and connection with government is coming out, I have a lot of optimism when it comes to the outcome because of what's happened with the Supreme Court in India, with the courts in Nigeria. I think that because transparency is so important, that when you have that light of justice, that crucible of the law, that the impurities of corruption and all that was just burned away, and that we will end up with a really positive result. That the fact that the banking industry is so regulated that it'll actually work in our favor, I think is ironic and cool. I think that's not it. There was something else. Yeah, I'll remember it later. So for now, I guess that's good enough. That's it. Hope to get home soon. Feeling better. Was a little worried I was going to die for a while. But I'm cool now. Good. It was good hanging out with you guys. I will hopefully get this up. I don't even know if people are going to really be able to see it. Because I can't, usually when I set up a stream, I have to click certain boxes, or else it gets kind of disappeared on YouTube for 48 hours or so. So if it does, then I'll just fix it later. But I wanted to get something up because haven't made a stream. We didn't go over our trades. And I didn't want to just disappear. I wanted to say hey and say happy Valentine's Day. You guys take